The Navy Marine Corps Relief Society has opened its 2026-27 Education Assistance Program, giving spouses and children a chance to apply for scholarships and interest-free loans that can ease the cost of higher education. The Society supports hundreds of families each year through this program, and demand for this cycle is already building as more households look for help balancing school, service, and rising costs. We get the latest on who qualifies and how the program works from Rear Admiral retired Don Cutler, Chief Operations Officer for the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society. Admiral Cutler, it's great to have you on the show.
Well, thank you so much, Terry. It's great to be here and appreciate your interest in Navy Marine Corps Relief Society.
Navy Marine Corps Relief Society just opened its 26-27 Education Assistance Program application window. Tell us about the program and what it does.
Sure, be happy to. Well, first of all, Navy Marine Corps Relief Society is a nonprofit that supports active duty and retired sailors, Marines, and their families when they have any type of financial need, or we have services that also help them. And so we are really focused on helping our families build financial stability and well-being, because we know that financial readiness supports mission readiness. So among all of our programs and services is our Education Assistance Program, which supports spouses and children of active duty and retired sailors and Marines. So we offer needs-based scholarships and interest-free loans to support the higher education goals of our Navy and Marine Corps families. So these scholarships range from $500 up to $3,000. And eligibility for them is found on our website, nmcrs.org. We just opened the application process, and it will close on April 17th of this year. And then we'll begin notifying scholars of their selection by the May timeframe. And so we're really excited for this program. You know, it's been 60 years that this program has been helping thousands of our spouses and children pursue higher education or technical training or vocational programs. And so what's important to note, our military families really face unique challenges, right? They are moving every 2 to 3 years. They have experienced housing costs, increased prices for like everyone else, right? Food and groceries. They have deployments, spouses going out for, 6, 7, 8 months at a time, leaving the at-home spouse and the family. And so what this program does is really helps provide some stability and open some career pathways and reduce some financial stress for our families who are serving our nation.
You mentioned that this program has been around for 60 years now. Is there anything new about this cycle that you want to make sure that people know about?
Every year we offer these kinds of scholarships. We have about $500,000 that's available for scholarships. And so what we do is we take in the applications and we look at what the need is for each of those applications. And what we do is we take the cost of attendance for the scholar's selected school, and we subtract what's called the student aid index that comes from the FAFSA form. And the FAFSA form is the free application for federal financial assistance. And so we rack and stack that by need, and then we take our pot of money and we divide it up. Now, what we do, because we know spouse unemployment is such an important issue within the military, again, because our families are moving every 2 to 3 years. And so they might leave a duty station where they had dual income and go to a duty station that has single income. And so we want to make sure that we're able to support our spouses as they're working on their education endeavor. So we take our pot of money and we split it. 40% go to spouses and 60% go to the children scholars. And so again, that's how the process works after we receive the applications and rack and stack based on need.
I'm speaking with Rear Admiral retired Don Cutler. She's the Chief Operations Officer for the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society. Admiral Cutler, These are no interest loans and grants. Are they only for tuition assistance, or can they be used to help cover and stabilize other expenses while a spouse or a child is in university?
Great question, Terry. It covers the cost of getting that education. So it could be tuition, books, fees, those kinds of things. So it's not just the tuition. We factor in what does it cost for room and board? That kind of all goes into the need.
Tell us some stories about folks who have benefited from this program.
Sure. So I've got a great quote from a Marine spouse. She said, "Earning this degree will open the door to better paying, stable job opportunities. This support brings me one step closer to achieving both my career and personal goals." That's from a Marine spouse named Brianna Ellison. And I have another spouse quote that I'd like to share with you. It says, "This scholarship not only eases financial stress, but also empowers me to continue my studies while balancing demands of motherhood and the unpredictability of military life," said Navy spouse Rebecca Fairho. And I've also heard stories from some of our children's scholars who are so very thankful for the scholarship that they get that helps enable them to pursue their personal goals. Our children often have been moved around, gone to an average of 5 or 6 schools. So they've experienced a lot of unpredictability in their young lives. And so being able to contribute to that and help them sort that path of education out for themselves is really a great, satisfying thing for us.
Well, last year you supported nearly 500 families with, as you mentioned, almost $500,000 in scholarships alone. What are you anticipating for the volume of demand this year?
Right. Well, we expect that the demand will continue to go up. Over the past few years, our application numbers have increased. We've increased awareness of the program, and so we think that has certainly helped, along with just the high cost of going to school. And so every little bit helps. And so we expect we'll have probably over 700 applications. And again, we rack and stack them based on need. And those we can't offer scholarships to, we'll offer interest-free loans to see if that is a path that would help them as well.
We mentioned that the application window runs through April 17th. So for families who might be considering this, but maybe are unsure if they qualify, what's your best guidance for what they should do and how they can test their own readiness for the program?
Sure. They can go to our website. Again, that's nmcrs.org and click on the Education Assistance button, and it will take you to a landing page that'll describe all of the requirements, the eligibility. It will take you to an online portal where you can log in and create an account and start the process. And we also have a point of contact there. If you want to actually connect with our program manager, you can reach out to that person to answer some specific questions.
And this program is entirely supported through charitable contributions. Is that correct?
It is. All of the programs and services offered by Navy Marine Corps Relief Society, such as financial assistance when you have an emergency, maybe the car breaks down, or maybe it's some kind of disaster, hurricane, and you have to evacuate. Our visiting nurse program, our budget for baby class, all of the programs that Navy Marine Corps Relief Society offers to our Navy and Marine Corps families is 100% funded by the generous donations for people who want to support our military families.
And if people want to support this program, where do they go?
I would welcome you to go to our website. Again, that's nmcrs.org, and look in the upper right-hand corner, and there's a donate button, and we would gladly appreciate anyone who would love to support any of the services that we offer to our military families.
I've been speaking with Rear Admiral retired Dawn Cutler. She's Chief Operations Officer for the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society. Admiral Cutler, thank you so much for joining me today.
Very much, Terry. Appreciate it.
We'll post this interview at federalnewsnetwork.com/Federal Drive. Subscribe to the Federal Drive wherever you get your podcasts.